What? That guy still plays Rocket League? No, not really. I don't. But I figured with all of this discussion right now going on Reddit and stuff about bots in GC, I would actually point out a situation where I ran into one on my team. And I wanted to sort of talk a little bit about how these bots work and how you can go about spotting them and reporting them yourself in your ranked games. About halfway through this game, well, actually a couple minutes in this game, I saw my teammate was playing very suspicious. So by about like halfway through, I essentially figured out like, okay, this guy is using one of these bots that you're seeing on Reddit. Once I was able to figure it out, it was, pretty annoying. I told the other team to make sure they reported him. But I got the replay here so that I can actually show you the sort of things that you should be looking for when you're, looking for a bot. First thing is that these players are not using a bot 100% of the match. There is some sort of hotkey or button on the controller or keybind or something that they can activate the bot to do certain tasks, all right? And it looks like this bot is programmed to grab boost perfectly, but it is also programmed to perfectly catch the ball and flick the ball over opponents. And so we'll be looking at those moments. But I'll also show you the moments where I knew that this was not a typical Grand Champion player, and how I could tell that, the bot is not in control 100% of the time. So the first sort of hint that I had that this was not a, regular Grand Champion player is that he didn't flip for any of his face-offs. I'm not sure if the bot is controlling face-offs because he didn't terribly lose any face-offs, and that is a possibility, because you would expect them to just get like kind of dusted on a lot of their face-offs. So we have the first face-off of the game right here, and you can see when he goes for it, he doesn't flip on his approach to the ball. His car makes these very jerky micro adjustments to line up with where he wants to be, and that is pretty much perfectly correlated with what the other car is doing. And then, yeah, the boost is perfectly managed on the face-off as well. One of the big indicators of a bot or keyboard mouse player is that the inputs aren't going to be analog like a control stick are. They're going to be very jerky. They're 100% or 0%. You can see that here when he goes for this face-off, that his car, watch it in like slow motion here. His car jerks. Deek, deek. You see that? And it's based off of what the other car is doing. So he's lining up this perfect line of where the other car is hitting it so that he can get this second hit off to the side. And it's, it's not like a great face-off, but it is just very interesting that like that's not really a human control kind of thing, unless they're a keyboard mouse player. Could be. That's not enough evidence to say this is a bot. Here's another face-off. This one's from a diagonal. You can see just really jerky movement, no flip on the approach, and he wins the ball towards their corner. So again, nothing extremely suspicious at this point. All right, but this is where things get interesting. All right, because this is when I started to, first just think that I had a really sort of like interesting, egotistical player on my team. Because I'm taking this ball to the corner to control it, and watch what he does. He comes up right next to me and gets under it, and then gets under me, and then jumps for it, right? Now, this is not a decision that a Grand Champion player would make, right? I've got control of the ball. If I'm going to get dunked here, he needs to be behind me to just sort of save it, right? And I'm not here to critique his gameplay. But what I believe is happening is right here is a moment that he activates the bot, right? And you can see that it lines up, getting ready to catch the ball, right? It starts lining up with where the ball is going to come to the ground, and it gets right here as if it's going to try to catch it, right? And then, it does it again. You can see these little micro adjustments, but he turns it off and goes for an aerial instead, right? This is the moment where I'm like, wait, why is my teammate directly underneath me? Things are getting weird here. So here's a moment that I want to look at that makes the evidence sort of like overwhelming at this point, all right? You may be thinking, none of this stuff points to a bot, right? So this is a moment that illustrates what I'm talking about, where this player is making not great mechanical plays, not great game sense decisions for Grand Champ, and then follows it up with something that shouldn't happen, right? The first off, notice never leaves ball cam, right? There's a moment where the ball's coming over here. This hit right here is not a bot. You can tell that it's not a bot controlling it 100% of the time. No bot would just hit this ball to an arbitrary part of the field, okay? This is a player thinking that they need to get the ball out of here as fast as possible. They hit it, and they grab boost. Let's get the boost on the screen, right? And right here, right, a bot wouldn't miss this shot, okay? So I get saved here. Now, I don't know if this flick is a bot or not, but suspiciously good for the way that he's been playing this entire time. Also notice, not an old account, default goal explosion, default wheels, default paint, those sort of things. You may be saying, Nox. You may be thinking to yourself, Nox, maybe he's just a bad player in Grand Champ, maybe he was boosted, you know, just like everyone else is, just like all my teammates are, right? Well, here's the smoking gun, alright? This is the moment when I realized, 2 minutes into the game, what was happening. These micro adjustments by the car, perfectly made, right? Now, I think he activates the bot a little too late here because it doesn't get a perfect catch, but it does get a perfect flick. And these flicks are the flicks that you should be looking for when you're looking at bots, right there. High, staying close to the car, but perfectly timed so that any challenge is impossible to stop it, all right? I think he activates it too late because he gets a bad catch, but right here, it's active, gets a perfect catch. Look how the second touch sticks to his car. It just, blink, perfectly timed flicked, doesn't leave ball cam the entire time. He's not trying to line back up for a second catch or anything like that. And then he grabs boost without looking, right? And notice his boost management when he grabs this boost, all right? All right, there's several taps in there that are just not very human, all right? Now watch. His car's going to be making a lot of little tiny jerky adjustments as he's lining up to catch this ball. You see that? Let's watch it again. Watch this car make these adjustments as the bot is calculating how to catch this ball perfectly. That is not human control. This is not how human control. And watch the catch. Boom. High flying ball just sticks like it had glue on it. Watch the flick. Perfectly timed. And these flicks that hit the crossbar are another indicator, right? If they are constantly getting these catches and flicks and they're constantly going to bar down, you might have a bot. There's an interesting passage of play. I've definitely got the ball. I'm carrying it. He gets boost without turning ball cam off. He tries to catch the ball without even checking to see if opponents are coming, right? And he stays in front of me. This is definitely a bot controlling this right now. Okay, and then when this happens right here, you can see the bot starts making adjustments. He doesn't even turn ball cam off to catch this ball. He gets an absolutely perfect catch, perfect flick. This is just, it's not human. It's not human at all. Sorry. Doesn't turn ball cam off to line up for the shot. So there you have it. That's what you can start looking for if you think you have a really suspicious player. Go into the replay. You know, we need to start reporting them. There's no option to report them with anything other than just like AFK or griefing. There's no like hacking sort of thing. You know, we were ultimately able to get this dub with this double right here, but it was a tough match having a player who definitely didn't belong in the rank, but could do some inhuman things whenever he let a computer take control over his car for him. Stay safe out there. Let's get this problem solved, Psyonix. Peace out.